Hello students, today's topic VRS compensation, that is under section 10 subsection 10C. So this is a one of a tax free income. Here the 10th point, after leave and earned leave encashment. After earned leave encashment we are going to learn about VRS compensation scheme, that is voluntary retirement scheme. So this is covered under section 10 subsection 10C. So now, what do you mean by VRS, voluntary retirement scheme compensation? What do you mean by VRS compensation? So voluntary retirement compensation is also known as golden handshake. Voluntary retirement compensation, it is also known as golden handshake. So why it is called as golden handshake, we'll see here. So here voluntary retirement scheme compensation refers to the amount received by the employee from his employer for voluntarily leaving the job in the organization before reaching the age of superannuation. So that is before reaching the age of retirement. So here employee leaves the organization before attaining the superannuation. So that is nothing but employees leaves job voluntarily before reaching the age of retirement or before reaching the age of superannuation. So here, as a part of leaving the organization, his service remains incomplete. As a part of leaving the job in the organization, his service remains incomplete here, and therefore a compensation will be given for the same. Here the employer will be given a compensation. Employer will give the compensation to the employee for voluntarily leaving the job. So because of his service remains incomplete, so compensation will be given to the employee. So an employee voluntarily before attaining the retirement age is willing to resign from the organization. So here an employee voluntarily before attaining the retirement age is willing to resign from the organization. So the organization, for this the organization will pay VRS compensation. The organization will pay VRS compensation to the employee. So that is nothing. That is a lump sum amount. That is a lump sum amount given to the employee as a VRS compensation. So this is usually a big amount. This compensation usually it is a big amount, so that's why it is known as a golden handshake. So that's why it is known as a golden handshake. So VRS compensation scheme is nothing but the voluntary retirement scheme. VRS compensation is nothing but an employee leaves the job voluntarily from the organization before reaching the age of superannuation or before reaching the age retirement age. Before reaching the retirement age, so as a part of leaving the organization, his service remains incomplete, and therefore the compensation will be given to the employee by the employer. So this compensation usually a big amount, a lump sum amount. So that's why it is known as a golden handshake. So this VRS compensation received by the employee is taxable under the head income from salary, and some part of VRS compensation is exempt as per section 10 subsection 10C. That is a tax free income as per section 10 subsection 10C. Now we'll see what is the rule for the VRS compensation. Now we'll see what is the VRS compensation rule as per the Income Tax Act 1961. In that section 10 subsection 10C says about the VRS compensation rules. So see here, this is a format for computation of taxable VRS compensation, voluntary retirement scheme compensation. So here we have to draw three columns. So first we have to take VRS compensation received. So this is a lump sum amount received by a employee because of leaving the job voluntarily before reaching the age of superannuation or before reaching the retirement age. He will leave his job. So So when he leaves the job, he will receive a lump sum amount as a VRS compensation. So that value we have to take here. So now as per section 10, subsection 10C, here the VRS compensation received by employee is not fully taxable. So there are some exemption given under section 10, subsection 10C. Here as per this section, we have to take the least of the following these three criteria. We have to take least of these three following criteria. So which are the criteria here? So that is actual compensation received or statutory limit 5 lakh, or third one is salary for remaining month of service or 3 months salary for completed year of service. In this third point we have to take whichever is high. So under third point, salary for remaining month of service or 3 months salary for completed year of service, here we have to take internal comparison. So that is whichever is high we have to take here. So now we have three criteria, that is actual compensation received or statutory limit 5 lakh, or the value what we got from the calculation of C point, that is a higher value. Here we have to take whichever is least. So that is as per the section 10 subsection 10C, we have to take least of the following. So when you take the least of the following, the value what we get is a exempt under section 10 subsection 10C. So the balance value is a taxable VRS compensation. So to the extent of this value, an assessee need not pay tax for this VRS compensation. So the balance amount, whatever the balance amount he gets, so that is taxable as a VRS compensation, taxable VRS compensation, and it should be included in the income of a salary under section 15 under the head income from salaries. So it is a part of salary. So that is under section 15, under that income from salary, under that we have to take taxable VRS compensation scheme. So likewise similarly here we have to take if there is a gratuity, then taxable gratuity, taxable pension, taxable leave encashment, whatever the calculated value, all those are salary, is a part of salary. So it should be included under the head income from salary in the section 15, and the total value should be written here. So now we'll see criteria one by one. So actual compensation received is nothing but the value what he receives at the because of voluntarily leaving the job, the lump sum amount. So golden handshake, lump sum amount what he receives, that should be written under so that should be written as a VRS compensation amount received. So under that exemption, first criteria is actual compensation received, so that is we have to take here. Next, statutory limit as per the Income Tax Act is given to the VRS compensation scheme is 5 lakh. Means to the extent of 5 lakh, VRS compensation is tax free. If an employee receives a VRS compensation scheme, then to the extent of rupees 5 lakh, he need not pay any tax. So that is a limit given to the VRS compensation. Or the third point, we have salary for remaining month of service as well as 3 months salary for completed year of service. So now we'll see what is this salary for remaining month of service. So here salary is nothing but we have to take salary for this above purpose, we have to take last drawn salary. So whatever the last drawn salary given in the question should be taken as a salary for this purpose. So salary for the above purpose, it is the last drawn salary, means he will retire, voluntarily leave the job. So at the time of leaving the job, what is his salary should be taken as a last drawn salary. Next, the salary for this salary purpose, we have to take salary as the meaning of salary is same as applicable for the employee not covered under Gratuity Act. So here we have to tax here the salary means we have to take the salary same as the salary which we taken for employee not covered under Gratuity Act. So that is a salary means here as per the employee not covered under Gratuity Act, salary means basic salary, DA or DP if it consider for retirement benefit, and commission if they give in the percentage of turnover. So that is what salary here means. Salary means basic salary plus DA, DP if it considered for retirement benefit, and commission if they give in the form of percentage. So that is the salary we have to take. But here we have to take salary for only the last drawn salary, not the 10-month salary. Here we have to take only 1 month salary, 1 month basic, 1 month DA, and 1 month commission we have to take. So that is the salary means here. Next, the remaining month of service. Now we'll see what is this remaining month of service. He will leave the job voluntarily. Voluntarily he will leave the job, and the remaining month of service we have to take here. So for example, if an employee has 2 year service remaining, 2 year service is remaining, then how to take the remaining month of service? So that is 2 year means 2 year into remaining month, how much we have to take? Month we have to take 2 year into 12 month. So that is 24 month we have to take as a remaining month of service. If in the question, if they give 2 year service is remaining. If suppose if they give 2.5 year service remaining, then here we have to take 2 year means how much? 2 year into 12 month, it is 24 month. So plus half means plus we have to take 6 month. So that is 30 months we have to take as a remaining month of service. Clear? Remaining month of service. So if remaining month of service is 1 year, then 1 into 12 month we have to take. If it is 2 year, 2 into 12, 24 month. If it is 2.5 year, 2 into 12, 24 month plus half month, 6 month. So that is 30 month we have to take as a remaining salary for remaining month of service. Clear? So next we will see 3 months salary for completed year of service. The next one is 3 month salary for completed year of service. So the next one is 3 month salary for completed year of service. So here we have to take 3 month first. So that is calculation will be 3 month. First we have to multiply 3, then 3 month salary for completed year of service. Next we have to take salary, 3 into salary into 3 into salary into completed year of service. So completed year of service, how to compute? So in the question they will give 22 year completed year of service. So if they give 22 year completed year of service, means we have to take 22 year. Yes, here completed year of service is nothing but the total completed year of service. That is, we have to take same as a employee is not covered under Gratuity Act. That is, we should not approximate the part of the year here. So if it is 22 year, then we have to take 22 year. If it is 22 years 6 month, then we have to take 22 year only. If it is 22 year 8 month, then also we have to take 22 year only. We should not approximate the completed year of service. So here we have to add the remaining month, but here we should not add the extra part of the month. So 3 month into salary into the completed year of service we have to take. In these two we have to do the internal comparison first. So that is, whichever is high we have to take among these two amounts, salary for remaining month of service or 3 month salary for completed year of service. Whichever is high we have to take first. So this is the value what we get, higher value. Along with this value we have to compare other two criteria, that is actual compensation received and statutory limit. So whichever is least we have to take as a exempt under section 10 subsection 10C. So the balance is a taxable VRS compensation. Now we will see the illustration number 1. See the question. I will read out the question. Poonam took VRS voluntary retirement scheme from service after serving for 27 years and 4 months from Kavuru Limited and received rupees 6,25,000 as compensation, VRS compensation. Her last drawn basic in March 2020 2020 was rupees 24,800, DA at 80% of basic, of which 80% is included for retirement benefit, and commission of 0.5% on the turnover of rupees 18 lakh achieved during the year. She had 6 years and 2 months of service remaining for superannuation. Compute taxable VRS compensation. So here we have to compute the taxable VRS compensation with this information. So Poonam took voluntary retirement scheme. She has retired voluntarily from a service after serving 27 years and 4 months. So the 27 year is a completed year of service. So here for taking completed year of service we have to take 27 year. We should not include this 4 month. So she retired from Kavur Limit and received 6,25,000 as compensation. So this is a VRS compensation received 6,25,000. Her last drawn basic in March 2020 was rupees 24,800, DA at 80% of basic, of which 80% is included for retirement benefit, and commission of 0.5% on the turnover of rupees 18 lakh achieved during the year. So this is the information given for salary computation. So here salary means we have to take last drawn salary. So her last drawn salary is given directly. Her last drawn salary in the month March 2020 means she took a voluntary retirement in the month March 2020 and she has drawn her last salary, that is last drawn basic rupees 24,800. So last drawn means the March month salary. So that is a 1 month salary we have to take here. That is a March month salary received is basic salary received is 24,800 and DA is fixed at 80% of basic. So DA value directly not given. So we have to take 80% of basic. So the basic how much? 24,800 into 80% is the DA value. Now as per condition we have to take DA value as per the employee not covered under Gratuity Act. That is DA should be included for salary computation only if it is included or are considered for retirement benefit. So we have to check whether this DA value is considered for retirement benefit. Yes, it is considered for retirement benefit. How much? Yes, it is considered for the retirement benefit. So here they have given it is included for retirement benefit. So it is considered for retirement benefit. Now what we have to see, to what extent or how much the DA value is considered for retirement benefit. So that is out of this basic DA value 80% is included for retirement benefit. So we have to take only 80% of DA for this salary. Next, commission of 5% on the turnover of rupees 18 lakh achieved during the year. So as per condition they have given percentage on turnover. So we can add the commission here. So commission they have given. So that is on a turnover 18 lakh achieved during the year. It means that the 18 lakh is an annual sale. Annual turnover, it is achieved during the year. It is not achieved for 1 month or a 10 month like that they have not given. It means 18 lakh is a turnover value which is achieved during the year in that particular year, means that is for 12 months they have given. Here we want only for 1 month commission. That is we have to calculate 18 lakh into the commission percentage is 0.5% into 1 by 12 we have to take. So that is only for 1 month we have to take. So that is multiplying 1, cancelling 12. We don't want annual sales here. We have to cancel annual sales and we have to take only for 1 month. So that is multiplying 1, dividing the 12. Next, she had 6 years and 2 months of service remaining for superannuation. So that is a remaining month of service they have directly given here. She had a 6 years and 2 months. So 6 years means we have to take 6 into 12 plus 2 months. So that is 6 years into 12 is equal to 72 months plus 2 months, that is 74 months is a service remaining for her retirement age. 74 months is a remaining for retirement age and she has completed 27 years of service here. So in this we have to take whichever is high, and other conditions also we have to apply, and we'll calculate now. So now we'll compute the solution. Write the heading: computation of taxable VRS compensation of Miss Poonam for the assessment year 2020-21. So draw 4 column, 1 particular column and 3 amount column. So as per format, what value we have to take first? That is VRS compensation received. First we have to take VRS compensation received. Now see the question, what is the VRS compensation received by Poonam? So here she has took a VRS, voluntary retirement, and received rupees 6,25,000 as compensation. So this is a VRS compensation received. So that value we have to write first, VRS compensation received. So that is the amount we have to take in the third column. So how much? 6,25,000. 6,25,000 we have to take as a VRS compensation received. Now the total VRS compensation received by Poonam as a because of her voluntary retirement before completing her services. She has took a retirement before the age of retirement. So the total 6,25,000, a huge amount, big amount, a lump sum amount she has received as a golden handshake, as a voluntary retirement compensation. So now we have to check whether this total amount received by her as a VRS, whether it is fully taxable or she can claim an exemption here. So as per Income Tax Act, so she can claim an exemption here, that is less. We can claim exemption, that is exempt under section 10 subsection 10C. She can claim exemption here under 3 criteria. Least she has to take. Least of the following can be claimed as a exemption here. Least of the following. So now we'll take the criteria, 3 criteria one by one. So under that, first criteria is actual compensation received. Actual VRS compensation received. So what is the actual compensation received? That is 6,25,000. Here we have to write. So this is a column we have to drawn. This is a column drawn for the internal comparison of third point. C, point number C, we have to compare here. This is a column we have to draw for the internal comparison. So this is actual VRS compensation received, we have to write here. So that is the same value, 6,25,000. Or B, statutory limit. So if you see 6,25,000, she can claim here up to 5 lakh as an exemption. So compared to statutory limit, 5 lakh is a statutory limit. So up to 5 lakh she can claim exemption. Along with that we have other criteria. If other criteria is least, then we can take the third criteria as a lesser value. So what is the third criteria? So that is a salary for remaining month of service. Salary for remaining month of service we have to calculate. So what is the salary here now? So first we have to take what is the salary means here. So we will do the working note. We will calculate the salary. Working note. So under that we will calculate calculation of salary. Calculation of, we have to take here last drawn salary. Calculation of last drawn salary. So what is the last drawn salary here? The salary given in the question is last drawn basic, DA and even commission also given. So we will take salary first, basic salary. So what is the basic salary given in the question? the first last drawn basic in March 2020, so that is 1 month basic salary is 24,800. So 24,800 is a basic salary. Next we have to add DA. So we have to add DA if it considered for retirement benefit. In that we have to take the part of retirement benefit. Okay, if they don't give the retirement benefit, then we should not include the DA. Now we'll see what is the DA value. So what is the DA value? DA at 80% of basic. So here in this question they have not given directly about the DA amount. Sometimes they give DA direct value, that is DA 5,000, DA 6,000 like, but here they have not given direct value of the DA, but we have to calculate. They have given a hint to calculate the DA, that is the DA is given as a 80% of basic. So we have to take 80% of basic as a DA. So basic how much? 24,800. In the 24,000 basic salary, 80% is taken as a DA. So for Poonam, she is receiving basic salary every month 24,800. Along with that, 80% of this basic is added as a DA. So this is a DA, dearness allowance she is receiving. Now here we have to take for salary purpose only the part of retirement benefit we have to include. So what is the part of retirement benefit? So out of this basic, 80% is included for retirement benefit. So again we have to multiply 80%. So 80% is included for retirement benefit. Understood? So the answer will be 15,872. Now third one we have to add is commission. Now how to compute this commission? Commission should be in the form of percentage on turnover. So commission value given in the question is commission of 0.5% on the turnover of 18 lakh. So the turnover is 18 lakh. So the turnover is 18 lakh. So this is the turnover value. In that turnover sales, we have to take percentage of commission is 0.5%. 0.5% is a commission. So this is a annual commission. See here in the question they have given sales achieved during the year is 18 lakh. If you take 0.5% commission on this sales, it will be a annual commission. Total 12-month commission. Means the sales value is total 12 years sales is given. Now we have to take for only 1 month. So how to take 1 month means that is 1 by 12 we have to do. 1 by 12. So it will be 750. So this is the total salary given in the question. So that is basic salary 24,800. DA if it considered for retirement benefit, then only we have to add, that is 15,872, and the commission that is given in the form of percentage is 750. So this is the total salary 24,800 plus 15,872 plus 750 is equal to 41,422. 41,422 is a total salary. So here write it is a salary for VRS. Right here salary for VRS. So this is the salary for VRS. 41,422 is a salary for VRS. Now we have to take salary for remaining month of service. So salary we have calculated, that is 41,422 is a salary for 1 month salary. Now we have to take what is the remaining month of service. So what is the remaining month here? What is the remaining month given in the question? So that is 6 years and 12 months. So that is how many months remaining here? 6 years into 12, that is 70. 6 years into 12, that is 72 month plus 2 month is 74 month. 74 month. If you want to show the calculation, that is 6 years into 12, that is 74, 72 plus here 2 month. So this is a 74 is the remaining month of service. So 30,65,228. 30,65,228 is the answer for salary for remaining month of service. Now we have to take or the next comparison is, what is the next comparison? 3 months salary for completed year of service we have to take. Salary for remaining month of service or 3 months salary for completed year of service, or 3 month salary for completed year of service. Now we'll take 3 months salary for completed year of service. So that is 3 into month, 3 month salary we have to take. Salary how much? 41,422. 3 into 41,422 into completed year of service how much? Completed year of service given in the question. After serving 27 years and 4 months. So completed year of service will be 27 year of service is completed here. 27 year of service. So the third one, 3 month salary. 3 month into salary 41,422. That is already calculated. Same salary we have to take. And completed year of service is 27 year, which is given in the question. 27 year. So here 4 month we should not take. Part thereof is not included here. So the answer will be 33,55,182. 33,55,182. Now among these two criteria, salary for remaining month of service or 3 months salary for completed year of service, whichever is high we have to take here, whichever is more or whichever is high. So which is a higher value? This is the 30 lakh and this is the 33,55,182. So we have to take whichever is high, that is 33,55,182. 33,55,182 is a higher value. Again, among these three criteria, we have to take least of the following. That is 6,25,000 or 5 lakh or 33,55,182. In here, among these three criteria, we have to take whichever is least. That is 5 lakh. So whichever is least here we have to take. So 6,25,000 or 5 lakh or 33,55,182. Here among these three criteria, least value is 5 lakh. So the exemption should not exceed 5 lakh. Here as per this rule, the exemption should not exceed 5 lakh. So that is a limit prescribed by the income tax under section 10 subsection 10C. So 5 lakh is a limit. So balance amount is taxable, that is 6,25,000 minus 5 lakh is equal to 1,25,000 is a taxable VRS compensation. So actually she has received compensation how much? 6,25,000 because of voluntary retirement. Here because of this voluntary retirement, she has received a golden handshake, a huge amount, lump sum amount, that is compensation she received is 6,25,000. So the full compensation what she received is not taxable. So as per income tax, exemption is to the extent of 5 lakh she can claim exemption, and balance 1,25,000 is a taxable VRS compensation. So that taxable value of VRS compensation should be added under the head income from salary. Here we have to add while computing the total income. So an assessee while filing income tax return, he has to find all the various heads of income before making a self-assessment. In the self-assessment procedure, he has to calculate the compute his total income. So that is he might have salary income, house property, business income, capital gain. So all these income he has to calculate by himself first after claiming exemption. So what is his is the total income. So on that total income, what is his tax liability, that he has to calculate under self assessment as per the income tax rule. So while computing income from salary, he need to compute what is his part of taxable gratuity, what is his part of taxable leave encashment, what is his part of salary, what he receives, or DA, what amount of DA he is receiving, if he has taken voluntary retirement, what is the compensation received and to what extent it is exemption. Everything should be calculated under the head income from salary, and he has to take here. So this is a taxable VRS compensation we have to take under the head income from salary. So I hope you understood. So this is about the VRS compensation, taxable VRS compensation.